All right, hi everybody. Welcome back. Today we are doing a greenhouse tour of a bunch of my carnivorous plants, as well as we'll look at some of the bog gardens that I made in the ground. And I have two of those to show you guys. So first things first, just the wide overview of some of the different plants. I have been growing Sarracenia for, I think, about 3 years now. I got a few little guys as just little tiny divisions. Some of them I got as large starts off of the Canadian Carnivorous Plant Society Facebook group. Lots of great Oreophyllus, Oreophyllus Sand Mountain, looking great, as well as just typical flava. But I think what I'll do is I'll just kind of start from here, move on, and then we'll go straight into the bogs afterwards. So yeah, just in general, I've been growing for about 3 years now, so I've had, I think, two winters, overwintering them. And I've learned a few things, and I'll kind of talk about that as we go through. And we are in Manitoba, so it gets quite hot and dry. Do have the shade cloth up and all the windows open. This is just kind of like a Home Depot sort of styled greenhouse. There's no real air conditioning on it besides the windows. And I'm here about once a week. I am living in the city, just studying for university, so I'm not able to take care of my plants as much as I was in the pandemic. But in general, the trays stay watered for about a week. I was here Tuesday to water them. I was repotting some new arrivals, and they stay more or less wet all week, and I'll just come on the weekends and I'll top them up. But it does get hot in here. So I've been thinking about maybe moving some of the Sarracenia outside. The cactuses absolutely love the heat though. They're doing absolutely fantastic. Got a Opuntia fragilis, and that is Opuntia polycantha. Those are both Canadian species right there. But a bunch of seedlings. Got these guys from Jeremiah Harris. They're finally starting to color up. Some purpureas. Lots of flytrap seedlings. Some of them putting on some good size, as you can see there. All of those are for sale. If you're in Canada and you want flytraps, let me know. But mostly I kind of just sell these locally on our Facebook group and stuff like that. Some of them are kind of small. Maybe next year they'll be ready. Onto the personal flytrap collection. I'll try to go through these guys as best as I can, but in general, they're pretty close together and some of the tags are lost. But most of these are new arrivals. I got them last year. Started getting more into fly traps because the fly traps don't mind the heat in the greenhouse as much as the Sarracenia. And some of these guys were actually doing better in my apartment, but we got wacky traps. This guy's doesn't have functionally active traps, so it can struggle sometimes. This is Flytrap store Archangel. This guy started to put up traps. I think I remember from last year, this guy looked best in the fall, so we'll see how he continues to grow. We have Coquillage. Sorry, just getting a little bit over a cold, but he is looking great. We have Fused Tooth Extreme. I think this is my favorite cultivar of fly traps. I kind of really love the cilia. This is a hybrid. I think this is clumping by Bimbo. Has nice sized leaves. This one is Whale. Kind of has these very nice kind of bristly cilia on it. Then we have typical Red Dragon. This one is DC by XL. This guy, I tried to push it through the winter by feeding it heavily, and it's not doing that happy right now, so maybe next year. Werewolf. This guy has been looking like trash ever since I got it. I got it as a rescue, but it's just really weak. This is DC XL by Dracula. A very nice sawtooth. Mirror. I think I put out one sort of mirror trap this year. But again, a lot of these guys were super small when I got them. And basically, I just fed them really heavily until they went dormant to try to get them up to size. But these are all still more or less new plants. This is Triton. This guy has really nice fused traps, kind of like a semi-cup trap. This is Fused Tooth Regular, a little bit smaller than my Fused Tooth Extreme. Scarletine, this one's always been small for me. Yeah. Green Jaws Giant Kudo. That one also has non-functional traps, but if you can kind of get away with feeding it if you kind of smush the traps together and give it bloodworms. And that's a great way that you can actually get it to put on some size. Then we also have Big Mouth. That one's really nice as well. Coquillage. That one has really cute like little shell-like traps. And DCL Red. So that's all we have for now for Flytraps. Oh, I also got another Big Mouth. That might keep that or might sell that, who knows. But I think next year I'm gonna transplant them all into from 2-inch to 4-inch pots so that they have a little bit more room to grow, and maybe do some divisions and stuff like that, because there is a few nice little divisions that I might be able to make in there for future, hopefully trades or something for more Sarracenia or Flytraps, who knows. Okay, so that's basically all the Flytraps. I have a few more seedlings that I pulled from these trays that are looking good, but now we're mostly onto the Sarracenia. I have a few seedlings still. This was a new arrival. It's an open pollinated, maybe a morii or like red leuco, who knows. Also have a Cape Sundew in there. I like to keep my sundews outside over the summer, just because they put on a lot more growth and they catch a lot more bugs. They don't really seem to mind the low humidity as long as they're catching stuff. So as long as they're wet, they seem to be pretty happy. This is Exornata. I think this is Sarracenia Ballata, if I remember. I can't remember. Purpurea Alata. I don't know. Don't take my word on that. I can't remember. I always get confused with Cat's Eye. But very nice sized pitchers. Last year they were a lot darker, so that's probably just because it's under the shade cloth. But a very nice veination nonetheless. I do want to take the shade cloth down, but it can get like up to 60 degrees Celsius in here with the door closed, so I kind of want to leave the shade cloth on so I don't steam fry my pitcher plants. But who knows, I kind of want to get a kiddie pool and move them outside, but we'll see how that goes. This is a really nice Oreophilus Sand Mountain. I think I showed this earlier. Very nice veination. This guy catches a lot of bugs. Oreophylla is a very spring dominant pitcher plant. So it is the first weekend of July when I'm recording this. Who knows when I post it. But essentially like in 2 or 3 weeks, this guy will look brown. So that's why I'm recording it now. I did just record my Nepenthes video, so I'm going to space those out a little bit. That guy looks very nice. Basically until this weekend. Next week the pictures will start browning. Onto Flavas. Flavas are also spring dominant. And we say spring, but like June, July is basically spring in Manitoba. They are under the shade cloth again, so they're not as colorful as they were, but they were very nice coppery when I got them. But yeah, that's kind of want to move these guys outside as well. Then we have just the regular typical type of flava. You can see how much it dwarfs all of my other ones. It does have a very nice woody rhizome, as you guys can see. So you can kind of see it kind of grows along that rhizome like that. There's a lot of nice growth points on there, some fluff. But yeah, it's nice and woody. The other guys have some nice chunky rhizomes as well, but this is definitely my biggest plant, besides maybe my tarnock. So this is a Leucophylla tarnock. But yeah, nice red splotch on the throat of this guy. I really want like a Rugelii, which with a nice dark red splotch and some other stuff. There's a lot of nice variety in flavas, and they seem to do the best for me. So I do want to maybe collect them. I was thinking about maybe getting a Wakama this fall, but we'll see how the finances allow for that in the future. And then this is a Leucophylla tarnock, but Leucophylla tarnocks look like trash in the spring, summer. So I'll do another tour probably late September, early October, where we'll do another one, and you guys will see the amazing pictures of these Leucophylla tarnock. But this is a really great specimen, so you can see how they kind of grow. Sarracenia are temperate perennials, and they store all of the energy that they catch from their bugs in the summer in the rhizome, which is a very starchy, modified stem structure. And they kind of creep along the surface of the soil like that, and you can see the different crowns or active growth points of them. You can kind of see some of the new pictures. There's a little aphid on there, but you can see the new pictures coming out from the start of that crown. So it's really important when you kind of, I'll show that more here, when you're potting up new arrivals, that you make sure that the rhizome is exposed and the crown is exposed, so that you can, just for, you know, your own sanity, you can poke at the rhizome and make sure that it's still nice and hard, and then the crown isn't buried under the soil, and you actually get exposure to the new growth, light exposure to the new growth. A lot of times when people tend to pot up Sarracenia for the first time, they bury the rhizome in the crown, and they actually smother out the plant, which is really unfortunate. But yeah, on to some of the Morii and hybrids. I got this guy's a little seedling, and this is an absolute beautiful specimen. Ooh. This is Morii Red by Black Widow by Blood Moon. I got this guy from Brad's greenhouse. Has very nice lids. A lot of them have relatively nice shaped spout as well. I don't know why, I kind of like these ones a lot, where it's kind of green and then it goes into the red. It's not super dark. But yeah, this has become like an absolute beautiful plant. It kind of did nothing for a few years, but now it's really kind of been coming into its own after it's put on size. And I think that's quite common with a lot of Sarracenia. They are perennial, so they kind of, after you repot them, they are kind of angry for the first year. Kind of like sleep, creep, then leap, right? So now this is their second year in this pot. They were in my bog pot over here, but now they've really taken over. And this was another seedling that I got. This was another Morii hybrid. This is Leucopurpulops by Saxapaha. So actually, I can't remember what Saxapaha, if it's a Morii or just a Leuco, but again, very beautiful lids. Very nice veination. Nice spout. When this guy was a little baby, the lips were a lot more purple. But this is also another guy this guy looks really good in the fall too. So I just have to wait and see. New pictures are getting really big, so always excites me to see what these Leucos look like in the fall, because that's when they start putting out pictures that are like this, right? But really nice and lacy. This is Judith Hindle. I just moved this guy out into the sun to get really red. This guy gets really nice blood red. Very nice specimen or plant. And that one goes into tissue culture, so you can actually get that one for relatively cheaply, which is really nice if you can find it. Although apparently there's a difference between old Judith Hindles and new Judith Hindles. But I got this off the forum, so this is one of the nicer, older varieties. Again, 2 or 3 plants in there. And then this is Sarracenia rosei, or Sarracenia purpurea or Burkii, rosei, same thing. This is Chipotle Giant. It has these amazing tubby pitchers. I think purpurea might be my favorite species in the genus. I really love the short, fat pitchers. And they've been chomping down on aphids too, which I like. I mean, aphids have been chomping down on them as well, but I guess it's reciprocal. Absolutely love this plant. And I guess while I'm here, I might as well remember that. I think I was saying that when I was overwintering, I use these bigger pots, or if I didn't, I do now. And I kind of noticed that when I was keeping them in just regular smaller pots, because I'm not always here, like this cordyii. I actually lost one of my cordyis last year, or 2 years ago, because it dried out during the winter. So it's a really nice species. It's Sarracenia by purpurea. But I lost one of my cordyis because it actually dried out. So I've been kind of moving, in the most case, a lot of my plants into these really big ones, because I noticed that when I got these guys off the Canadian Carnivorous Plants forums, they were huge, so I put them in here because this is all I had. But I also noticed that when I put small plants in here as well, they did really nicely as well. So I think it's just because I'm only here once a week. The larger pot, in my case, it stays wet longer in the summer and in the winter, and it prevents them from drying out, and the large amount of soil kind of helps keep the roots cool when it gets so hot in here. So it works for me, and it means I don't have to repot them. I just repotted these guys. I'll do these right now, actually. And I really don't want to repot these for 5 or 6 years. So these are new ones that I just got from Quebec Carnivorous. I got to keep an eye out on this guy, because usually when this is deflating, it's not great. But this is Reptilian Rose. Oh, I'm going on the floor. This is a really nice, this is a Oreophylla hybrid, I think, with some Alata in there. But this is kind of a picture that it shipped with. But it's very nice rosy red coloration. Very big lid as well. Nice lips. Red lid. And it's a Oreo, right? So it's spring dominant. So nice large pitchers. This guy, I can't remember what this one was. Oh, this is Adrian Stock. So this guy doesn't look like much right now. But Adrian Stock is a very beautiful plant. So I'm very excited to see that guy. A lot of these other guys had really good roots. This guy didn't have as many roots, so maybe that's why this is deflating. But I'll put cold water on here, and hopefully that'll help it out. In order to appreciate it, the Adrian Stock, this is a kind of a sister plant. This is Leo Wilkerson. So Adrian Stock looks a lot like Leo Wilkerson. So this is Leucobiflava, and which is Sarracenia morii. And Leo Wilkerson is actually a wild specimen, but it has these really nice lids and nice lips, and it's a very vigorous plant. Adrian Stock looks like this, but the lid is white, and the lips are more purple or red. But yeah, very excited about that guy. And you can see I potted it on the edge of the pot so it grows into the center, hopefully. So I don't have to repot this for quite a few years. This is Sarracenia Ava, or Leuco Mississippi. This was a kind of just a nice one that I saw on the list, so I decided to pick it up. And then this guy, I forgot what this one was. Oh, this is Sarracenia Victoria Morley. So, just based on the pictures, this kind of looks like this guy. So, I want to see maybe what that looks like. And the named hybrids, you can't really go wrong with them. So, yeah. Other than that, this was the first bog pot I ever did. I have ripped a bunch of stuff out of here, which is why it kind of looks a little bit worse for wear. I'm trying to leave it alone, but I keep seeing stuff that looks good and I keep ripping it out and giving it its own pot, so oh well. This is another one which might happen to. This is Judith Hindle selfed. So take the pollen from Judith Hindle, put it back on the same flower. Got this one from Brad. Really love the lid shape on this one. It's a really nice plant actually. And then this one is I think it's a Rugelii or something. Where's the tag? Sorry, it's a Rubra long lid by Oreophylla. So I like that one too. It's cute. Different picture shapes though. And then these are some seed-grown Flytraps. These are all, I think, clumping by Bimbo. Yeah, clumping cultivar by Bimbo. And they have these nice large traps. They get quite red. So yeah, they're quite fun. It's fun to do that every once in a while. But not too much, because you don't want to kill them. All right. Moving on to some bogs. This was one that I did this year. Did this with the Manitoban Carnivorous Plant Group. Build a bog event. And I made a big hunkin' bog because it's the easiest way I found to take care of them because I don't have to do anything. This is a nice seed-grown Flytrap. Huge pictures on this guy. Let me see how big this one is. I just kind of threw some random stuff in here. I threw a Sarracenia swaniana, Scarlet Bell, a few Manitoban perps, perp heterophylla, and some of those seed-grown Flytraps. But yeah, nothing too special. Really have to see how that one grows, but it's already starting to get settled in. And then over here, I made this, I think 2 years ago. It's gone through 2 winters, 3 summers sort of. And I pulled some weeds out of here. So there's kind of some bomb holes in here. But this is kind of one that I kind of edit every year and I add some more stuff and I take some stuff out. But I have a few Manitoban native plants here, including Manitoban iris and bog milkweed, and got turtlehead, marsh marigolds, bog violets, some other stuff. Got blue vervain in there that I just put in this year, sweet flag. So those guys should be looking nice in the next year or so, but they're just little plug starts, so they don't look that great right now. Got a lady slipper, not looking great this year, so hopefully it's not dead. But we're here for carnivorous plants, so we'll talk about them. And these are 2, we're going on the floor again, in the mulch. You got 2 Manitoban native purpurea, weeding as they go. Catching some stuff, they're looking great. And this is just in full sun. This is an undrained, I guess, livestock feed trough. And they're doing pretty great. They really like the outdoors here. I mean, I'd hope so. They're native to this zone. And I'm pretty lazy when it comes to this bog. I don't really mulch it. I don't really do anything, actually. No, it's too thick. I need scissors to cut it off. But they're pretty good. Usually this gets covered about in a foot or so of snow. So it kind of gets insulated in itself. It's really the springs when I start to worry about it. But the Manitoban purpureas are fine. Everything else that I've thrown in here has been an experiment. I know that I threw in Scarlet Bell and they all died, so I kind of moved some stuff around. But this is Purpurea by Oreophylla Sand Mountain. And the pictures are kind of decrepit this year. So I don't know if it's the aphids or whatever that's gone to it. But nice flower this year. It's kind of spent though, but it's throwing out some good sized pictures, and it's overwintering quite happy because it gets bigger every year. So at least that one didn't die like the Flytraps. The Flytraps, they got smaller 2 years in a row and they died. So that's a little bit unfortunate, but it is what it is. They were just death cube Flytraps. So I just wanted to see if they would grow or not. But it seems like most things that are crossed with purpurea seem to do pretty good. So Oreo perp. This guy over here is Ladybug purpurea. I really like this one. Really cute, weird, really weird pictures. Look like almost little ponchos or something. But that guy's doing really good. And I kind of just threw it in here just to see how it goes, but I don't know, it's really cute. I really like it. And there's some spiders in there just kind of chilling, doing their thing. Keeping it clean, giving the plant food. But yeah, this guy's been doing really great. I really like it. And it's actually, I know it's gonna be a nightmare, but when I have to repot it, but I kind of like this little moss too, so I don't know. I'll let it grow in. This is kind of just an experimental bog. Maybe the moss will keep the weeds down. Maybe it'll make it worse. Who knows? But yeah, this is kind of my more native bog, and I kind of make a few more of them. They're really fun to grow. They're really rewarding to grow too, and I don't have to do anything. I might water this once a month with a watering can for my rain barrel, but other than that, the rain waters it. I don't have to do anything. Very stress-free gardening. But yeah, that's it for the carnivorous plants for outdoors, the Sarracenia and the Flytraps. I'll probably post another one of these in September or something to show off the leucophyllus and such. And maybe show off the plants if I do another fall order or something like that. But yeah, that's all. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.